Guys, keep your energy up for this next comedian, because I think you're all going to know her, and I think you're all going to love her. Give it up for the person responsible for tonight, Mary Eklund!
So I wanted to go early in the lineup because we have a lot of talent here, and following Latisse is really intimidating. Thank you for all your kind remarks for everybody. Andy, I didn't know, I kind of knew you had a lot of different names, but I still know you as Andy Eklund. So going back, I can tell you, I think I have known Andy the longest of anyone in this room. And 30 years ago today, Andy was born. And as a parent, you kind of think that your second child, whom you're really looking forward to, is kind of going to be the same as your first. So when Rob came into the world, it was quiet. He was looking around and just kind of wondering what's going on. Andy came along. Andy was 3 days late. So that's the origin of the Andy time. And I'm laying on the table because both kids had to be surgically removed. And they're cleaning up Andy, and they're cleaning up me. And all of a sudden there's this noise. And I'm like, what is that? And I thought, oh my God, he's talking. He's talking. And then they explained to me that when a baby is late, without being too graphic about it, sometimes they have bodily functions going on before they're born. And they have to clean up the baby. So he came out, and they're cleaning him up, and I realized, man, this kid he talked through a shitstorm. Wow, that's really important. So that's one of the first things we learned about him. So we also heard tonight, yes, he was a Boy Scout, he was an Eagle Scout, and many of you are familiar with many of the qualities that Boy Scouts aspire to. So one of the qualities is to be helpful. Andy was always trying to be helpful growing up. He realized his parents had some deficiencies, also in the on-time department. So one day, Christmas, his dad and I opened up matching Franklin day planners from Andy, so we could all be on time. But he also really wanted us to know things about his brother that he felt we should know as parents, and clearly we're deficient in not knowing. So one night at the dinner table, he asked his brother, Rob, why are you growing plants in the attic? And I was all over it. I said, plants in the attic? I said, Rob, I have a greenhouse. I have lights downstairs in the basement. You can grow things anywhere here. It's quiet at the other end of the table with Rob. So then, a couple months later, his dad says to me, Rob is spending a lot of time in the garden. And I said, again, I'm all over it. And there's lots to see there. It's a great garden. No, Thor goes, over in one place. So I go over, and there is a big pot with a big plant in it. And of course, I worked for a cooperative extension, and I thought, I wonder if my plant ID skills are up to this task. So I rubbed the plant, and it was pretty clearly obvious what it was. And later that day, his dad burned it on the barbecue. So our neighbors to Principados, Lou, you might have been out on your deck that day, sent something wafting by. So Andy is not only helpful, he is also very thrifty. If you know Andy, he really is very careful about his money. I noticed at Rutgers, he had some really nice clothes, and he had some interesting items. And I thought to myself, I know it's been tough for him. And I said, wow, that's like a really nice shirt. He goes, yeah, it's the lost and found. at the Cook College Rec Center. So a lot of his wardrobe came from there. And then one summer, he was going to be spending the summer up there working. So trying not to be a slacker mom, I said to him, do you need an air conditioner? Do you have a washer dryer? Do you have, I'm fine. The one purchase he did that was a little bit puzzling was a cot. because I didn't know he was going camping anytime soon. So Rob and I talked to him, and I'm like, and finally we asked the real questions. What street are you living on in New Brunswick? Who are your roommates? And he indicated that he was unpacking a stock room at the Cook College Rec Center, and he was going to live there that summer and avoid the night janitor because he knew the hours. And his brother and I had to explain to him that he might actually be kicked out of Rutgers. Not too many students go to Rutgers, not only to be a student, but to be a stowaway at the Cook College Rec Center. Finally, Andy is unfailingly polite. If you've ever heard him on the phone, he is really, really polite. He learned this early from talking to police. When he was 5, he was in the car with his pop-pop up in North Jersey. He and Rob were sightseeing in North Jersey. And my dad, I think, trying to impart the importance of not speeding, which did not get through to Andy, said to the boys, I just passed a police car, and maybe he's going to stop me, and he might want to talk to me. And there was a little voice in the back that spoke up and said, I'll talk to him. That was Andy. So Andy is not only, he's polite, he's kind, he's very generous. So I think what I really want to finish up on is many of you who have heard Andy speak in doing stand-up realize that you've heard him refer to himself as a professional son. Long story about that. Happy, for those who have not heard it, happy to have escaped the last financial recession because we laid off his brother and we didn't lay off Andy. So I'm here to reveal tonight that actually his dad and I, we adhered to an accounting principle early on in our marriage called LIFO, which is last in, first out. So Andy was actually slated to be laid off. He was the last in. And it was only because his brother was kind enough to hurry up his marriage plans and find another situation for himself, we did not have to lay off Andy from the family business. Happy birthday.